All throughout daily life, you see people going about their regular activities. They might be writing something down or playing a sport. Everyone does certain things with one hand better than the other, but why is that? Well, resulting from our research, we think we have the answer. One of the many things that can affect you being left-handed is your dominant and recessive traits. Dominant traits are traits that will appear in the offspring if one of the parents contributes it. Recessive traits are the traits that can be carried in a person's genes without appearing in that person. Both kinds of traits, however, are passed down by parents, but it is relatively random. Though there is a way to determine what traits the offspring will have, we will explain that later. The most well-accepted theory states that our dominance has been decided by how the human race acts. In purely competitive cultures, there would be a 50-50 chance of them being right or left dominant. This is caused by a few reasons. It is believed that it started out with the human race being right dominant, and then a mutation caused someone to be left dominant. In a competitive culture, this left-handed person would have an advantage. This would be because everyone is used to facing right-handed people, and the left-handed person would be something new that no one was prepared for. This would cause the left-handed people to become more common because it helps them out. If left-handed people would become more dominant, then right-handed people would be in the same boat as the left-handed were before. Then the right-handed people would become dominant again. Then the process would continue to occur repeatedly, just to keep everything balanced. This is supported by the fact that about 50% of the people in the American Baseball Hall of Fame are left-handed. Now, it isn't a 50-50 chance, so this means that the theory is wrong, right? Well, I said in a purely competitive culture, the human race depends on cooperation from others. Since there is a majority of right-handed people in the world, the handshake was designed with right-handed in mind. Many tools like the circular saw, golf clubs, and many more were designed for right-handed people. This is because if most people in the world are right-handed, then why market it toward left-handed people? Since these tools weren't designed for left-handed people, they have a higher chance of injury. The human body sees this as a bad thing, so left-dominant people are less common. Another thing that leads to dominance is both where and how you are raised and the way your brain is designed. In many cultures around the world, right is correct and left is wrong. The right hand can be considered your proper hand, and many children are taught with the other hand. An example of this is that while we were researching, we came across a news story of a preschool student who was left-handed. The teacher did not like this, so he taped the student's left hand to his desk, so he was forced to learn with his right hand. The human brain also decides dominance. The brain is sort of flip-flopped in the sense that the left side of your brain controls the right hand, and the right side of your brain controls the left hand. Now, this wouldn't do much, but the left side of the brain also controls communication. Since our race is reliant on others, this causes your right hand to be dominant. Now, when someone is left-handed, the right side of the brain is usually your dominant, and your left hand becomes the dominant one. The other thing that decides your dominant hand is your parents. If neither parent is left-handed, then there is a 10% chance of the child being left-handed. If your father is left-handed and your mother is not, then there is a 17% chance. Vice versa, then there is a 20% chance. Finally, if both parents are left-handed, then there is a 25% chance. Hopefully you've all learned something from this presentation. If so, I would like you to write down one of your favorite or most interesting things you've learned on a sheet of paper. Thank you for listening, and I will see you again.